Next up, we're going to do a tree stump. So I'll tick off my logs. There you go, fill that in. Done. So you can get these done really quickly. You could probably do the whole scene in half a day and get a really basic box model version of it all up and running. And it's a good use of time, in my opinion. I mean, it's like, you know, if you're an artist and you're doing a painting, it's like laying down the first layer of that painting. And then you're going to go over it with the higher poly versions of each of the objects. So you're sort of layering it on top, gradually filling it in until you're happy with it. So that's my start of my tree stump. Convert it to a poly model. And I'm going to stop doing all these little things in the videos, and I'm going to stop converting it to poly. I'm going to stop rotating the pivot, and I'm going to assume that you've got to grips with this. You don't want to see me do those things every time. It's just a waste of video time, basically. I will mention it from time to time just to make sure that you're doing it, but I won't keep showing it to you. And I'll say, it's probably when we start our high definition versions, I will stop doing it, but I will tell you when that happens, so that you can, you might want to just note it down next to you on your desk, and don't forget to rotate the pivot, don't forget to reset the X form, that sort of thing. Don't forget to convert it to poly model. Just a few things you need to remember to do each time. Some weirdness going on there. See some lines when I pull these vats about. Yeah, there, look. Okay, I'm just going to check. I'm just going to turn on backface cold. Make sure I haven't got some weird polygons. Yeah, it looks fine. Not quite sure why it was doing that. Just look at my edges, just to double check. Yeah, nice and messy. That's what I like to see. I'm going to leave these hangons like this. It's not acceptable when you do final models, but for box models, it's okay. I shouldn't worry about it too much. See, this is me messing with the detail. I should probably just leave it, but I like to get rid of that uniform look. All these verts on one plane, it just looks a bit weird. There you go, that looks a bit more chopped, like it's been chopped down or sawn, perhaps. And that's my tree stump. This is something we will probably change the size of going forwards. Just move it to 0. And do the usual thing. Even though I'm moving away from 0, I just do this just to make sure the pivot's in the right place, make sure they reset the X form like that, collapse the stack. Redo these smoothing groups. Just to make sure it's going to look okay once we get it into Unity. Like so. Yeah, there you go. That's our tree stump. It's okay. it'll do for a box model. Make sure the naming's set right. Don't forget to name it correctly. Let's put the X in it just to check. Seems to sit there fine. It looks a little bit small, but we'll check it in Unity anyway, and we'll see about changing it. Then there they are, both together. Change that colour. Hideous pink. I'm just going to create all the white box models in one file. That way we can then just keep them in that file, and we'll separate them individually once we've finished. We'll move them all to 0, save them out individually, and copy them all in one go to the Unity folder, and then we can start placing them. So next I'm going to do the oak tree. The oak tree will have a few more polygons, a bit more detail. Well, there's just one thing actually I want to do to this list. I want to mark off all the objects that are not going to be box mapped. Like grass. I'll tell you what, I'm going to make it red as well, just to show that green has been created, red is not going to be created. At a glance we can just see the status of these objects, which is really useful. So none of the grasses are going to be boxed. They don't collide with anything. They don't, there's no reason to create box versions of those. They're not even boxes, so the billboards, there's no volume to them as such. Yeah, forest floor sticks and clutters not going to be boxed. Small stones not going to be, small rocks not going to be boxed. These things are just not going to, they're detail objects that are not going to be boxed. So, and then the bottom, yes, particles. Yeah, well, okay, we're not going to box those, so they can all be ticked off. Right, so there's what's left. Everything else we're going to create a box model for. And we've done tree stump. We're going to skip that tree stump, we'll come back to that. And we're going to do this large oak tree for now. So that's it for now. See you in the next lecture.